So first question is obviously about all the work behind Winter Storm, about your solo album, and especially, well, it's actually, let's say, almost the first time that you have to be, outside of your main band, having all the time in the world to do a complete album, just with your name, without having to be the ex-singer or the singer of someone else. So how does it feel right now? And tell me a little bit about the whole process behind doing the album. Something that you probably have answered 3 million times today, but tell me again.
It's okay. No, that I'm very kind of like having a feeling of relief. But on the other hand, I'm very happy at the moment and happy to have a great album in hand that I have been working for several months. And actually, the planning for the album started already like 1.5 years ago, and I feel that it was so good to do the planning so well. It was like 50-50, like half done already with the planning, because I was having kind of a lot of struggle to finish the album in a way I wanted to finish it. My vision was so clear from the beginning on what I want to achieve with the album, what kind of music I want in the album. I knew that it won't be album that will be categorized, in one category, since I am a singer that hasn't been doing only one thing in my short career in music. I have been in a heavy metal band, I have been doing classical music on the side, but all those two things I wanted to put in the one package here, but also give a different kind of sound and ambience for that, which came from the film music. Mm-hmm. So these kind of things, explaining all this for all the people involved was pretty tough and hard. And yes, I'm very happy I got there where I wanted to go,
Mm-hmm. So there was any of the material already written or prepared in your mind when you were still a member of your ex-band?
No. Only the first things that I was saying to myself, if I'm ever gonna be doing an album myself, I knew this fact that it won't be under one category, an album under one category, but I have no idea really actually where I was leading to with that. So nothing was really done and nothing was really composed, and I didn't have any songs in my hand all those times.
So were you a little bit lost when you began, preparing the solo album? Like, should I go, I don't know, metal? Should I go pop? Should I go hard rock or classical or operatic? Or, there was any doubt in your mind about what to do? Or you ended up trying to do a mix of everything else?
No, but for me it was the priority. When I figured out what I really wanted to do was the priority to reach the sound of a film. That was the first thing I was having in my head all the time, and I was trying to make the record company, to Universal Music, to understand that where I was leading to. I didn't want to make a score or soundtrack, but I wanted to have simple songs with 3 or 5 minute songs with the catchy melodies, simple songs to understand, but having the sound of a film into those songs. Well, it was pretty tough for them to understand that, that, what is this, and And also, on the other hand, I knew that I want to have songs that have so mind-blowing, massive, heavy guitars, because that is something that I started to love, and I fell in love in metal itself. Really the most hardest guitars I heard in some bands, the most I love the music in the band. It was always like that it was so aggressive and powerful and majestic. It was also the guitar. So, well, that is the first scratch in this album that has happened now, and I know that for the next one, I know the ways and I know the contacts with who I'm gonna achieve the sound into that direction even more than in this.
So, well, your old band, Nightwish, was obviously known for that very massive, epic, cinematic kind of sound. Would you say that it was something that you aside from the guitars, it was something that you learned to love as well, doing all the Nightwish songs, or did you already have that kind of love for big epic, soundtrack kind of music when you were just studying classical music and all the stuff?
No, definitely, you are definitely right about that. I learned it through Nightwish career. career. I learned it, and that is really like that I learned to love soundtracks and different composers from there, and that is the thing that I really learned during my career, during 9 years of career in the band, plus many other things I learned in the band. So it's an ultimate thing that now I can put. I was having the freedom to put those things together in this album, that I didn't need to follow one thing, and I was having like a more freedom to choose songs or to compose songs I just wanted, like a freedom of mind, that I didn't need to think that there is a certain category or there is a certain style or that kind of things affecting the way I was seeing music. So this was really kind of like a mind-free project for me to do.
So there was any particular soundtrack that you were looking up to when doing the album? Like, we should try sounding, I don't know what, like Disney or like, the Braveheart or whatever,
Mm-hmm. I am having a big library of soundtracks at my home, and every time when I went to movies, I go to movies whenever I want to relax and whenever I have time and there is no matter of a movie. I just love so much movies that whenever I have time, I'm going to see a movie. But always I had the question mark when I came out of the theater, that how the hell these people are making the sound? How the hell they are giving so much space for each instrument in the music, in the scores, or no matter how bombastic the sound would be, and no matter how quiet, no matter how few instruments there would be sounding at the same time, but it always has so much space and so much power in the sound. So I wanted to achieve that. I went through my soundtracks, and especially through the soundtracks I love the most of the sound, like for example Batman Begins or Black Hawk Down or Da Vinci Code, or it was a lot to do with Hans Zimmer repertoire, and from Hans Zimmer works since a long time I was ordering soundtracks from USA, which I didn't have in Finland and available in Europe, and it was a kind of like a experimental thing, adventure that I went in to soundtrack world, because I wanted to see who are the people behind that great sound. So then I found same names appearing in these soundtracks. Mm-hmm. And I said that, wow, there are the same people working in several, even hundreds of soundtracks. So I said, oh wow, could there be ever a chance for me to reach these people and work with them? And now I have the chance. They were there. Jim Dooley did the orchestra and choir arrangements. Well Messon did the ambient designing, kind of like he's calling himself an ambient sound designer. Nice name.
Pretentious.
Yeah, like whoa. But he's bringing all these spooky stuff, spooky sounds and electronic sounds, atmospheric ghost things, and he's creating atmospheres in the soundtrack. So he was creating atmospheres in the normal 4-minute songs in this album.
So it sounds like you've been working with a million people on the album, but actually the first single is called I Walk Alone. So it's a little bit of a contradiction, I guess. So is that somewhat of a statement, like the same way that, for example, your old band has done that song called Bye Bye Beautiful? Your I Walk Alone is your kind of statement, musical statement to, okay, this is a new era, or something like that?
Actually not. And many people, of course, it sounds like that as you were explaining. It sounds like that, but for me, it had very much more deeper meaning and more poetical meaning. And actually, if you ask for me, have I been walking alone? I have never been walking alone. And this is a song that the lyrics were written by two guys from Sweden, Andreas and Mattias. And these guys sent me the song last year already. And I fell in love with the Mozart's Requiem theme in the song, and I thought that is so clever. It could represent me and my background very fine and well. So I wanted to meet with these guys and talk about the change it. I thought that wow, that how can we make it more fitting into my personality and so on. We met each other, but this I Walk Alone, from that song I also put the title of the album, My Winter Storm. And I saw that so strong image that as a storm, you know, their storm is beautiful. If you think about Finland, we have a lot of storms there.
Yeah, I know.
And can be winter storms, whatever kind of storms, but storm is always something very powerful and bombastic and energetic, sometimes even scary. So I felt the people like that. The fans, my family, my friends, everybody that has been really there for me in all these years in a career-wise as me as singer. They have been my storm. They have been my winter storm. And it was great to discover these lines, these couple of lines, my winter storm, holding me awake, it's never gone, in the lyrics of I Walk Alone.
So that Andreas that you just told me, it's the famous Swedish writer Andreas Carlson, or is another man or another writer?
It's a backroom guys. They're calling themselves backroom. It's a team of songwriters.
Okay.
From Sweden. Yes.